Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy for you to be here. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share all the YouTubey things. You can find me on Tickety Talk and Instagram under the same name. I hope you guys like these videos as much as I do. Thanks for being here and enjoy. Here we are at DIY number 1. We're doing a Gnomeo for 4th of July. So I don't decorate a ton for 4th of July, but I wanted to do some products for you guys. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. That's all helpful and wonderful. So I'm just basically taking off the accessories to my little Gnomeo here. I picked him up the day before I had done this DIY, and I'm just gonna kind of break the seal so that I could pull this off. And I am saving this because it will go back on when we're doing the rest of the Gnomeo here. So once I got the pieces off, I'm just going to kind of sand it so that it's smooth so that I can go ahead and paint over him. So although I do love the USA on the little hat, I thought I'd change it up a little bit and make it more my style. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use my little sanding block that I also picked up from the Dollar Tree and sand him. It doesn't have to be perfect because like I said, we're going to paint over it. So I'm using Crimson by Waverly, and I'm just going to paint his little feet and his little hat in this pretty red color. So I decided to paint his little hat, although I ended up covering it with scrapbook paper in the end, but so you could skip the painting step if you're going to use craft paper, or scrapbook paper or whatever. But this is where I started. So like I said, I always kind of just mess around and see what I like. So since I still have joint compound left and I don't want it to go to waste, I am going to use this nice and smooth consistency stuff here to make a little beard. So I'm just going to let you watch me kind of play with it until I find a way that I like it. At first I just kind of smooth it over the whole beard area, and then I went in with thicker globs of it to give it the look of the whiskers. So I wanted it, you know, to have the look of his beard. At first I was going to maybe even cut down some fabric and put it there, or just paint it white. Then I thought, why not? It was looking at me, so I was like, why not use some joint compound? This will be cute. My daughter was watching me edit this and she's like, that looks like a face. So you can see the little mouth and the eyes and the nose there. If you see it, make sure you comment down below, I see it, I see it. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I was just really figuring out how I wanted to do this, and I noticed that when I dragged an area like a glob of it essentially over, that it you know, gave it more of the wavy look, the beardy look. So what I did notice is that, what does this give you the feelings of here? Christmas, right? So I was like, definitely pick you up some Gnomeos. You could do them for Christmas. You could do it for Valentine's Day. You could do one for Halloween. This is a good size little Gnomie here. And so definitely you could do all different holidays for this. So I did keep his little beard and the little button nose there. And so I'm just adding some joint compound to that because I don't want it to be a different feel texture to it than the rest of his beard. So I'm just going to lightly coat over it. I'm not doing anything too heavy. And then I'm just going to stick it right into the joint compound. It's going to dry and stick right to it. I didn't have to use glue or anything. So On he goes. I kind of pressed in the nose. I messed with it a little bit to make sure that you could tell that it's two separate pieces. You know, I wanted to have some kind of separation between the beard and his little mustache. And then, so now this is the scrapbook paper that I'm using. I want to say I got it from Hobby Lobby. And I just traced it and cut it out. And then I'm going to use a glue stick, and I'm going to use the glue stick to adhere it to the painted surface. I love this Gorilla Glue stick. They work really, really good. They go on purple. They dry clear. I've never had any paper come off or anything. So it's really, really good and better than Mod Podge. I am not a big fan of it, but I'll use it if I have to. So I just kind of put it on there. I use my little squeegee tool to get out the air bubbles. And then I'm back at my sanding block, and I'm cleaning up around the edges of his little hat so that it gives it a little bit of a rustic look. And it's nice and fitted around his little head. So I was going to use that heart and decided not to. I did put his little hands back with the little firecracker. I think that's really, really cute. And then these puffy stars, foam stars, came from the Dollar Tree. I've had them for a while, but I know that they carry them all year. I mean, every year. I've seen them every year for years. So I just picked a couple, and I wanted to give him like a little cluster on the top of his hat. You know, just a little extra and give it some more dimension, because I love that this has the joint compound as his beard and mustache, and then his little hands are holding the firecracker, which is a 3D element. And now I wanted to add some stars in here to add just a little bit more. So just a little hot glue, stick them where you want them, and there you go. Super, super easy. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue some sparkly gold ribbon to kind of give the separation between his beard, mustachy head face thing to the hat. So I definitely wanted to have like an area, and I wanted it to be a little thicker than that thinner piece, but I definitely loved the glitter. So I just did 2 rows of that, and definitely used something to push that down because this was super thin. And I don't remember where I got this from. I want to say it was Hobby Lobby. More than likely it was Hobby Lobby. I know I didn't get it from the Dollar Tree though. So I just flip him over, and then I glue these little pieces down. And then you can cover the back with craft paper. You can leave it the way that it is. You can paint over the whole back surface. Nobody's going to see it. Isn't he cute? So then I was looking at his nose, and I was like, well, I'm not really digging the nose because I wanted, again, more of a 3D effect. So I'm going to paint his little peachy colored nose white to blend in with the background. And then I'm going to use a half wood bead to make his little nose. Now I wish I had bigger ones, and I thought I did, and more than likely I do somewhere. I just don't know where they are right now. So this is the size that I use, and I think it came out so cute. So, so cute. So these boxes, we've seen them at Dollar Tree many, many times. And I bought so many, guys, so many. And I have yet to do a project with them. So when I was looking for something to put on the back of him, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So I'm just going to literally glue my little Gnomeo. I was trying to be careful because his beard was still wet. But I'm just going to glue my little Gnomeo right to the box. Isn't he cute? So here we are at DIY number 2. We're going to do a faux little book stack. I picked this up at, I want to say it was Home Goods, one of those stores. It was super cheap. I want to say it was like $2 on clearance. So I picked it up because I knew I could revamp it and make it into something different. So I just kind of lightly sanded it because it was a little rough on the front. And then I'm just going to add some white chalk paint. You can use any chalk paint that you have on hand. And I'm just going to cover, give it a fresh coat of paint because it had the little natural distress look to it, but that's not what I was going for with this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over and coat the whole thing with white paint. So now that it's been painted and dried, I'm getting this cute little ribbon that I picked up from Amazon last year. I got it and then it's like I didn't use it, so here we are using it this year. So proud of us. So I'm just going to use it to kind of wrap the side there, and I'm just going to use a little hot glue to hold it down. Hot glue is good here because then I could take it off later if I really don't want to use this, or if I want to, reuse it for a different season, or whatever. But I didn't want any of the edges to be like, especially on the bottom, I want it to be nice and flat, so that way when it's sitting, it sits nice and flat and it doesn't rock all over the place. So I'm just making sure that it's all like lined up and straight, and then we're going to trim this down and then glue this piece down. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and share. It really does help my channel grow, and I appreciate you guys so much. So yeah, so that's super easy. I mean, this is a super easy few minute project that you could do for every season. So I had these little bows. They come from the Dollar Tree, and I knew I wanted it on there, but I wasn't sure because I was holding it up and I was like, the red and white stripe, I already have that. So I'm going to end up taking it apart. So it's just held together by that little twisty tie in the back. You just undo it and you could take the stripes off from the blue and white stars. And then I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to put it on there. And I'm just going to use my handy dandy stapler that I picked up on Amazon. And I am going to adhere it to there. So I love the stapler because it really does give you secure hold on there. And then I was able to fluff the bow a little bit. And then I love the USA came from the window cling, the window clings from the Dollar Tree. There's going to be another project in this video using the window clings, and I'm just going to use my Gorilla Glue stick, and it holds on so good. You wouldn't think that it would with the window cling, but it totally does. So I put it down, and then I realized I wanted it a little bit more centered. This came out super cute. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. So here we are at DIY number 3. We're going to use this cute little block set I picked up at Michael's. It was originally $12.99. I got it for 70 or 90% off. It was cheap. Like, I want to say I paid less than $3 for it. So just going to go ahead and take off the wrapping here. And I didn't even realize that it came in this many pieces. I was actually kind of excited when I saw how many pieces that there were. So I'm just going to take my little blocks and set them aside. And I'm going to use the color Ocean. And I'm going to paint the behind the star blue. I don't use this color very often, so I really needed to shake it up. A little funky, but that's okay. It still works fabulous. Just note to self, if you ever have chalk paint and it gets a little chunky, you can add some water to it. You don't want to put a ton, and you want to use filtered water or distilled water if you can, something that doesn't have contaminants in it, because otherwise it will get pretty nasty in there after a while. But you could put it in there and shake it up, and it like brings your paint back to life, which is really nice. So I'm just going to make the background blue. I wish I had more of a navy blue, but I didn't. And I didn't feel like mixing colors to make this darker, so here we go. This is what we're doing. But I love the color Ocean. I think it's a really pretty color. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use crimson. Like just a red chalk paint. Use whatever chalk paint you guys have. Do not stress out about the brand or anything like that. Like all chalk, most chalk paint, let me say that, most chalk paint is the same. This is just what I have because this is just what's in my stash. And like we said, I'm going to use what I got in my stash before I buy something new. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint 2 of these little blocks in the color crimson. And I did have to do a little sanding on these because there was areas where they were really rough. And sorry, I'm so sorry that this is like out of shot. As you could tell by the black tablecloth, this is an older, like I did this weeks ago, and I was just working on getting some more 4th of July DIYs done together so that I can add these all together. But yeah, so now I'm just going to do white. So I grab the other 2 blocks for the white here and just put it on there. So I'm using a little sanding block here just to kind of make it nice and smooth. And I did want a little bit of distressing, so I did go around the edges on all of that. You could just do whatever you want here if you don't like distressing. If you like more distressing, I think this would have been super cute, even more distressed than this. But like I said, it's totally up to you. It's personal preference. You do you, I'll do me. And so now I have the red, white, and the blue star. And I'm going to add a little distressing to my little star here. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to paint the little star white as well. Okay, so now we put it together, and that is one side done. I was going to put some kind of wording on the front of it. I didn't really want to bust out my Cricut. I do want to make this so that, for those of you guys that don't have Cricuts, that you could do, projects along with me. Now, I love my Cricut and I use it a lot, but I know that a lot of you guys don't have one. So I just left it plain. I think sometimes plain is better. And yeah. So see, I was going to use all that stuff, and then I thought, no, you're overdoing it. So then I was like, it does need something. It needs a little something extra. So I have these little gold flakes that I got off of Amazon and a little bit of Mod Podge, and I'm going to go ahead and use the gold flakes on the star because I thought it was so cute like this. I loved adding the gold flakes. Now, if I wish I would have had the gold paper, like they come in like little index card sizes, and you just put it on there, smooth it on, and then you just kind of like knock off the excess because this was extremely messy. Extremely messy, extremely time consuming. But like I said, I'm gonna beat this into my own head until so I never forget. But we are using what we have. So this like came with something. Like I had ordered something off of Amazon, and it came with the gold, silver, and copper little bits, little gold bits. So yeah, so I'm trying to really, get use of my stuff. So yeah, little Mod Podge, little cleanup. The heat tool was really nice in this point right here, because I was able to like smush it down as I was drying it and really, get it to adhere to the star itself. Coffee. Oh my gosh, I have to have coffee. I love coffee. Tell me what your favorite beverage is down below in the comment section. Like, are you a coffee drinker? Are you a tea drinker? Do you have creamer in your coffee? Do you like flavor? Do you drink it black? Tell me all about it. I love flavored coffee, so I use those skinny syrups that you could pick up. Well, they have a website, number one, but if you want to save a couple bucks, you can go to Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls, and they carry the skinny syrup, so there's no sugar, there's no it's all zeros, right? And so I just pump some of that, put a little bit of half and half, and that's my coffee. So I love to have my bougie little coffee in the morning without paying a ton for it. So I think the whole bottle's like $4, and I get multiple cups of coffee. So I just went back with my Ocean here, and I was covering up any areas that I had messed up when I was doing the other things here. And this is so cute. I'm so excited, but this is going to be a two-sided little project because we've got a whole blank side. We couldn't just leave it blank. So now we're going to add something extra to the other side. Just kidding. Before I get to the other side, I put some little dashes just to, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't find my white paint pen because that's what I really would have preferred, but here we are. So now we have flipped it over. So we're going to do, I did a mixture of two different kinds of purples. One was a little bit more burgundy, and then I added a little bit more purple in there. There was a very certain color that I was looking for. But we'll get to that next. So we're going to start with black here. So Ink by Waverly, use any black paint you got. Doesn't got to be fancy. You can make your own chalk paint. There's lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube how to make your own chalk paint. One of my favorites is Holly from Hot Humble Pie. She has a great recipe. I've used it many times. If I remember, I will link her down below in the description box so that way you can head over there and see how she makes hers. And then, so I put the purple on and I was like, it's way too burgundy. Way too burgundy, not enough purple. So we are going to fix that up here shortly. And, okay, so note to self, when doing blocks with other colors on the other side, please make sure that you turn around. Turn them around and make sure that they're right because your girl messed it up. Oh my goodness. I was dying laughing when I flipped it over and I had the two reds together and the two whites together. I was like, girl, you knew better than this, but you know, c'est la vie. It happens. So I added some more purple. So we got some more purple on there. I like how it looks with it's like a dry brushing over the burgundy. That's what I was going for. I absolutely love it. It came out super cute. So you do you. I think green would have been cute here. Orange would have been cute here. You could have done any color, but since Halloween is my favorite holiday to decorate for, that's why I decided to do Halloween on the other side of the 4th of July here. And the nice thing about the 4th of July is decor is that as long as it doesn't say the 4th of July, you can pretty much use it all summer because we have all the different, patriotic holidays throughout the summer. And so it's just something really cute to leave out, add to your tiered tray, pop into a little area in your house. You just want a little bit more patriotic love, put it on your porch, whatever. But so we added orange to this here. And I love my heat tool. It's the best. You can get them on Amazon. I got this at Ross. Make sure you guys check out like the crafty section at Ross when you go there because they have some really good deals. I've gotten some really cool stuff from there. So just making sure everything is nice and dry. And of course I am roughing it up like I did the other side. I wanted both sides to match. They don't have to because nobody's going to see one side while you're looking at the other, but that's how I do it. Sandy sand, all the sanding. So these are Chalk Couture stencils. They're adhesive stencils. There are plenty of companies that make these, so it doesn't have to be Chalk Couture. I've seen them on Amazon. I know that Waverly has some. You can pick them up at Walmart. So don't feel that you have to have this particular brand in order to do a project like this or to add, you know, extra special little things to your projects. But these are so awesome because when you do use your Cricut to cut stencils and then you just throw it away, and I hate that. I hate wasting things. Um, if you know me by now, I am a big tree hugger. I will save everything and use it and use it and use it because let's just face it, our landfills are super full already. So we have to make conscious decisions to stop the waste. So that's what I really loved about these, because you can use them like 10 plus times before they lose their stickiness. And honestly, I'm sure I will figure out a way to tape them down and still use it because it's like a screen print, basically. So I put the spider web on the orange, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do welcome on the black. And then we're going to do the second part of it on to the purple there. And I wanted to zoom it in so you could see. I really need to stop doing that, but you know, here we go. My pretties. Welcome, my pretties. So tell me down below, what is your favorite holiday to decorate for? Are you just really a big holiday like Christmas um, kind of a decorator? Do you decorate for every holiday? What's your favorite? Like mine is Halloween. And you know the funny story is that I don't even like scary movies. Like I don't like scary movies. I don't watch scary movies. And I never decorated for Halloween because I just didn't. And I have this friend and she is Halloween obsessed, like literally decorates like a crazy woman. And this is where, um, side note, this is where I realized that I had messed up the other side. So, um, so she decorated and decorates and so she got me hooked. And once I got into it, I cannot stop myself. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. So I'm just going to add black here to the sides where you can see, you know, so that it's solid. I didn't want to just leave it the wood colored. So I opted for black. And then I'm gluing the pieces together because I don't want to deal with it, you know. So this thing was so cute. You can make a like a calendar out of it or, you know, whatever. But I just could not resist. So when you guys, after the holidays, see this is, I realized now I had it on the wrong side and I had to fix it. But when you guys are in like craft stores and, you know, the Hobby Lobby and even TJ Maxx, Marshalls, whatever, pick up those other season things because you could totally get them for cheaper and save them for the next year. This is my moment. This is my moment. This is where I'm like, girlfriend, what did you do? So anyways, I go back, I repaint it with the magic of the camera. You didn't have to see all that. I hope you guys love this as much as I do. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you think. So here we are at the last DIY for this video. We are going to make a cute little blue truck sign for, of course, the 4th of July. So they have these all the time, these signs right here, and I love that they have the little borders around them. So I go ahead and just remove them because I'm going to actually use the back side of this sign so I don't have to worry about scraping off all the stuff there. And so I'm going to repurpose and reuse them for the other side to make a frame out of them. They just take a little bit of muscle work and they do come off. And I've yet to break one, so that's a good thing. So I'm just going to take the hanger off the back here. And I do use paper plates here to, I was attempting to put paint on them, but I actually never did it. So, but that just goes to show you that you can cut a paper plate up into 4 pieces and use it to do paint on. So I'm going to paint the whole back of this sign in white chalk paint. Like I always say, use whatever chalk paint you have, make your own. And then, so I do end up doing 2 full coats on this. And then this is the window clings. We saw this in the previous project, and this is where I got the little blue truck from. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to put it. But then I realized I have to put the borders back on first, so that way I make sure that the little blue truck is on there just the way that I want it to. And all you need is a little hot glue, or whatever glue you want to use. You could use wood glue, you can use super glue, any glue that you want, and it will stick right back on. These go on super easy. And I just hold them down for a minute to let the hot glue adhere to the painted surface. Dropped a little hot glue on there, but that's okay because it will roll right off. I left a little spot, so I decided I was just going to take this little sanding block and just kind of smooth it out. That's what I love about chalk paint, is it because it has that chalky stuff in it, which allows really fine, wonderful sanding when it comes to your projects. I do use chalk paint when I'm doing furniture as well, just for that specific reason, because I love how it doesn't matter how many brush strokes you have in it, but you can sand it down so smooth and so nice, way better than any latex paint I've ever used. So I'm just going to pick a spot where I want to put it, and I'm going to use Mod Podge on this one. Last one I used the glue stick. This one I wanted to use Mod Podge because I was going to use it to adhere it to the sign, as well as seal it in when it's all said and done. So I just wanted to make sure that if you had this hanging on your door, that it wasn't going to come off, and Mod Podge is a really good thing to make that happen. So I'm just using my little blue squeegee here to get out the little air bubbles, and then this is going to be the top coat to hold down the truck so it doesn't come off of there. I love the little window clings. I think they're so cute. Definitely, better than stenciling or using your Cricut or whatever. It's just, they stay on, they look super cute, and they definitely look part of the sign when it's all said and done here. So now I wanted to add a couple more little embellishments, so I'm just going to use these little firework explosions, and then that little sparkler firework there as well. And so I use Mod Podge underneath them, and then I'm doing the Mod Podge on the top, and then I actually go around the whole sign and cover up the whole sign because I don't want it to look, shiny in some spots and matte in other spots. So I give it a uniform look. So I'm just going to make a quick messy bow here. I got these ribbons off of Amazon, and then the jute one I got from Michaels, and I got these all last year. And so you just take your strips of fabric or ribbon or whatever you're using. I like to use wired ribbon just because I can manipulate it more when it comes to the bow. And you just stack them on there. No rhyme, no reason. Just put them on there. And then you use a zip tie to secure it. So I love zip ties. Zip ties are for everything. Super cute. So now this is the fun part. I should have done it before I laid them all down, but I'm going to dovetail every single end of these little ribbons here just to give it a more finished look. And then I'm going to unravel the jute because it gives it more of that little sparkler firecracker look to it. I think these are so cute. I want to say I've had the jute one for like 2 years, and I just haven't really used it, but this was perfect for this bow. So here's the bow all fluffed out. And then I'm going to adhere it to the corner of the sign here, and I'm just going to use my handy dandy stapler to make the magic happen. Found one more of those jute ones that wasn't unraveled yet. So you can glue this down. Stapling is honestly my favorite way to do it because it's really secure on there. Like I said, if you hang this on your door, like that bow is not coming off. Where hot glue, might get too heated up and things might start falling off. So this, you just fluff the bow to your liking. And that's why, see how I can twist it like that with the wired ribbon? That's why I like wired ribbon. But I have done these with just fabric too. So now we're going to do a hanger on the back. I'm going to use, we've seen this in another project, in my little Gnomeo project. So we're going to use some more sparkly ribbon. And I also stapled this down. Like I said, it gives it a much stronger hold than just glue itself. The sign itself isn't heavy, but I just want to make sure that the hanger doesn't come off. And then I'm going to cover the whole back of the sign with craft paper. This is just a roll that you pick up at the Dollar Tree or any, store normally has craft paper. So now that I've cut it down to size, I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue and stick it down. And you just want to go around the edges and then drop some glue in the middle so that it hangs on. It's not going to be perfectly smooth because of the glue. Like if you wanted perfect smooth, you could use Mod Podge. But honestly, this is the back of a sign, guys. Like it doesn't really matter to me. But I didn't want to leave, the ugly showing. So yeah, this is it. This was a super easy project. A lot of fun. Not very time consuming at all. And I got to use several different things from the Dollar Tree that I had floating around in my garage, and ribbons and all that good stuff. So I hope you like it as much as I do. Make sure you guys comment down below and let me know which one of your projects from this video was your favorite. And as always, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Without you, I could not do what I'm doing. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Make sure to click on one of these videos to see some of my other DIYs. Have a great day.